Hello and welcome back. In this video, we're going to be finding the equation of an ellipse, center not at the origin. We'll find an equation for the ellipse with center 2, -3, one focus at 3, -3, and one vertex at 5, -3. Then we will graph the equation. Since the center of our ellipse is at 2, -3, that means h is 2 and k equals 3. K equals -3. The center, focus, and vertex all lie along the line y equals -3. So this means that the major axis is parallel to the x-axis. The distance from the center, 2, -3, to a focus, 3, -3, is 1 unit, or c equals 1. The distance from the center 2, -3, to a vertex 5, -3, is a equals 3. We can solve for b using the formula b squared equals a squared minus c squared. In other words, b squared equals 9, which is 3 squared, minus 1, which is 1 squared. So b squared equals 8. From here we know that b would be equal to plus or minus the square root of 8, or we can simplify the square root of 8 to 2 square root of 2. The form of our equation is x minus h squared over a squared plus y minus k squared over b squared equals 1. Note that a squared is under x minus h squared. A squared is always found associated with the major axis. And so since the major axis is the x-axis, that's why a squared is listed below x minus h squared. Recall that h equals 2, k equals -3, a equals 3, and b equals 2 square root of 2. We can substitute these values into our equation, and this gives us x minus 2 squared over 9 plus y plus 3 squared over 8 equals 1. Notice that h is 2 and k is -3, and in our numerators we have x minus 2 squared and y plus 3 squared. That's because we have the negative sign as part of our equation, so x minus h becomes x minus 2, y minus k becomes y minus -3, which makes this positive. Alright, so here's our equation. Now we're ready to graph it. We have our center at 2, -3. Our foci are at 1, -3, and 3, -3, since c is equal to 1. Our vertices are at 5, -3, and -1, -3, since a is equal to 3. Our additional points are at 2, x equals 2, and then y is -3 plus 2 square root of 2. And we have another point at 2, -3 minus 2 square root of 2. Now we're ready to draw our graph. This concludes our example, and I hope it was helpful for you. See you next time.